cheddar. I do business. Look here, stay out my business. I'm so iceberg slimish, stainless, not a blemish. I should have been to prison. No boy remorse, no cases pinned. I got the rolling flooded.
It's dreary and miserable throughout much of the Midwest, but don't fear, we've got football to perk up our spirits as we join you from Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Today, no waiting around. We jump right into an AFC North battle in Week 1 between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Here we go. 11 mighty. 11 down.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend, show that he's right.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Again, it's Mixon. They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
11.
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. He completes it to Boyd. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
1 for 1. A lot more to go. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Burrow will throw. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. I'm not sure that you can say that the rain caused that interception, but look, it's clear that throwing the football is going to be tough in these conditions.
No doubt about it, and different quarterbacks handle it different ways. Some guys think the rain isn't a big deal, but wind affects them a little bit more. But you have to wonder, will these conditions hold scoring down? Are we going to have like a 9-6 type of a game? And then the pressure goes on the punters who often hold for field goal attempts. Can they handle the snap and get the ball down so they can kick it?
And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Pickett sets up play action. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Well, there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Pickett. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. Well, it's not the touchdown that they wanted, CD, but still, they got to be pretty happy here. You steal the ball away from them on their opening possession, and you turn that into the early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you painted the picture perfectly there. All the things that have gone on, and the important thing, other than the lead, of course, is as you described, both sides of the ball now have some momentum.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. The first time out, they had the interception. That stopped their drive 3 points the other way, so now they work from behind.
They do, but he's got to walk out on the field like he's working from ahead. All right, he's got to walk out like, hey, I just threw a touchdown pass, because all eyes on his team are on him. They gain their confidence from the way he reacts, his demeanor, and how he plays. He's got to show that he has confidence in himself.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
11 mighty. 11 mighty.
And they go play action now. Burrow. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter.
Ready?
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now it's Burrow. Man open, that's Ja'Marr Chase complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Cameron Hayward getting upfield to make the stop.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Here we go.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Out of his hands quickly to Higgins. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route. And what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And the delivery there is that throw is going to keep the drive alive, and even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
11 MT.
They'll give it to Mixon. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Here we go.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Another try for Mixon. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
3rd and goal. Burrow sliding out of the pocket. And he's got it. They do get 8 out of the pitch and catch. However, it's 4th down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
So taking a risk here early in the new year, they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase there to make the grab. And the Bengals' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. The point after through the raindrops up and good. And that makes it a 7-play lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And he'll get this one up to the 26. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down.
18. Lock in.
Trubisky will throw. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there. And he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
going for it with Harris. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. He needed 2. He only got 1. And the Bengals will get the football back. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Here we go.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches.
11.
Now it's Burrow. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2.
Here we go. 11.
Final play of the half for Burrow and company. Escaping the pressure right. And this is caught inside the 5. And with a clock reading zeros, he is heading into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this second quarter.
Indeed.
So it takes them just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on 4th down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Trubisky to throw. Open man is Miller. He's got it. A beautiful spin and room to run. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards.
I don't care what level of football you played. This one was a universal, wasn't it? When we were kids and we played touch football, remember we get in these positions and you just say, everybody go along and hope someone would come free.
They try to set up the bubble screen here. It's complete. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. From the 36, Trubisky finding Pickens for another catch. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 20-yard line. Gets this out wide to Pickens. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The last 2 plays, each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Now it's Trubisky. And this pass broken up. The contact, wrong time there, and now 4th down.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And that is no good. And they will remain 2 scores down as the difference holds at 11.
Here we go.
Down here in the third quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not, it's not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in trouble.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
11 mighty. 11 mighty.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Trubisky now off the bootleg. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
And another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for Bengals TV. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. As confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to... Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
From the 25 on second down, Burrow. A quick throw, but incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
11.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. That's the tight end, Hurst, with it. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati first down.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter.
Here we go.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
But that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working. But how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
This goes out wide from Mixon. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to get the football back at their own 17. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the 4th quarter.
Well, it certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
They have still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down. Here's Trubisky to throw. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Trubisky. Going up top for Miller. And got his man complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
You've got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late, that they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. It's complete. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be brought out to the 25 as Taylor elects to not return it.
Here we go, here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw in this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down. They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. This is caught. It's Boyd. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards. They go back to the ground now with Mixon, and he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Again, it's Mixon. It's a pickup of 13, and with that 13 yards, this ball game just about over. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we've got them now.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season. I'm the best, I'm the best, and I got it, and I got it on my own. Keep my way up, you know, go, If I touch it, then it's cold, I'm the best, and I got it, and I got it on my own. Keep my way up, you know, go. If I touch it, then it's cold, For the bank and they know I'm in prison. He wanna talk, but he not on the schedule. I ain't taking no from my boy heavy. I'm the best, and you heard what I said. Spend all the money, I'm dripping, it's falling.